Awesome, quiet kid, but a good kid. A lot bigger than I thought in person. Um, but I told him, hey, this is your new home. Be where your feet are. Go out there and just play the game, have fun. I told him two things that really annoy me is if you don't run the first base hard and you miss signs. So other than that, go play the game. And enjoy it. And if you have any questions for me, feel free to come to the office. I'm always around. So, but he seems like a very good kid. He's anxious to go out there and play. So, we're just gonna go out there and let him play. Eventually, what I like to do is move him up in the lineup a little bit, but I just want him to get his feet wet. So I thought about just batting him seventh today, and let's see what he does.
Is there something you guys saw what he did earlier this year in San Diego going into Southeast that made you confident to bring him up at this point? Because all you guys is age group just finished your out.
Yeah, from my understanding, from what I've heard after conversations with some people, is that he handled himself really well. Even though he was young, he did well. And all they wanted him really to do is catch the ball for them, and he showed that he could do that. So, and that's what I told him today. It's all about making routine plays and just go out there and have fun. He's got tons of ability. I just watched him take some ground balls. He moves very well. So, like I said, we're gonna watch him play. And with the understanding is that we got to remember he's only played like 130 or 40 games, total. So, he's very young. He's very young, to the whole professional baseball thing as well. So, we're gonna keep good eyes on him. I trust my coaches. We've already had conversations with them about the infield stuff, about the hitting stuff. So we're going to keep very close eyes on him and have conversations with him and get him ready to play here every day. I mean, we're going to see him play every day until I deem he needs a day, and we'll go from there. Yeah, we know we want him to stay here, and that's our goal.
That maybe help take some of the pressure off them right now. This is a new situation, but it's a new city.
Yeah, I mean, it's still, it's still a little different for him. I know it's the major leagues. He's done it, but being in a new city, meeting new teammates for the first time, all that comes into play. I mean, I know a lot of guys have gone up to him and said hello and introduced themselves, and he's playing for us for the first time. So it's definitely different, but knowing that he already has played and stepped on a major league field does help a lot. That we're getting him now. He's been in the major leagues. So now it's just getting him acquainted with his teammates and us, and let him go out there. And like I said, let him do what he does, and then we'll start the teaching moments then after. I know, from what I've heard and from what I've seen, I mean, the ball comes off his bat fairly well. A lot we got to get him to stay in the zone and not chase. He's just one of those young hitters. As we saw with Louis, K-Berry, those guys, they think they could hit everything. He's got a little bit of that. So like I said, we're gonna try to teach him how to limit his chases and get the ball in the strike zone, because he does have good bat to ball skills, and that's what we like about him. So. But that'll come in time. I really believe that. I mean, I could say the same thing. I was the same way when I was young. You thought you could hit any ball that they threw at you, but he'll learn that in time. Here, you got to limit that and get the balls where you think you can handle, and put good swings on them. We want them two guys to work together, yeah, and communicate. I mean, they're two of our youngest players, so we definitely want them to be together as much as possible and get to know each other. Oh, I think it's going to be fun. I really do, and I think these two guys could really help us in the future. So, and with that being said, time will tell, right? I mean, both those guys got ability to be really good, and all stars one day, So, but only time will tell. Like I said, today's his first day. I'm glad he's here. And I'm going to keep an eye on him, and and pull for him every time he's out in the field and every time he's hitting. Yeah, he knew. I talked to him yesterday. And I told him, I said, you will move to second base, and I want you to play second base. So when we start getting him back on the field, he'll take his ground balls over at second. I have, no, I have no idea. I mean, right now he's, he's, gonna strengthen his groin, with the trainers. We'll try to get him back on his feet, as soon as we possibly can. And then as soon as they deem him to take ground balls, we'll do that. Well, this is what we talked about, moving forward, right? Some of our youth. And now we're getting to see some of that here. And that definitely excites me a lot, so watching these guys all play together and grow together, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be some work, a lot of work, but it's gonna be fun.
Do you have Jose here, the coordinator that gives DJ some more familiar as he comes up, or is that scheduled?
No, yeah, it was just to get him a little bit, bring somebody here with him just to, because he knows him, he was working with him down there and just to get a little bit acclimated. So, we have Gary Desar, who's done a great job, but, he really does. And has been doing it for many, many years. So I want Gary to build that relationship with CJ as well, and start handling a lot of his workload. Yeah, he's going back out to start another rehab. Remember, I told you about his groin a little bit. He feels better. He's gonna throw a bullpen today, and I think he's going out again to pitch in a game, and then we'll see how he feels after that. But he's on track for Wednesday, yes.